What's up, everybody? How y'all making out this week? Thanks for tuning into the Crash Bang Boom podcast. Today I've got a special episode, and we'll be airing the second part of it next week. But starting this week, I've been asking various musicians throughout the last year and a half that I've interviewed about some of the shittier or just more interesting jobs that they've had while being a musician. Most of you, I'm assuming, are probably musicians that are listening to this, and I'm assuming some of you as well have probably had a job or two that you didn't necessarily give a shit about and just figured it was just a placeholder while you were pursuing your musical dreams. So it's good to talk to a bunch of different people and get their reactions, and the stories are just fucking great. So I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed asking the questions and getting the answers. On today's episode, we have Brann of Mastodon, Rick Smith of Torche, Josh Nee of Thou, Ash Pearson of Revocation, Pete Weber of Havok, Jared Stimpfl of Secret Cutter, Nick Lee of Moontooth, Mlny Parsons of Royal Thunder, Zach Eichenhorn of the Netherlands, Aaron Hill of Eyehategod and Mountain of Wizard, Donnie Adkinson of Whores, and the one and only Jon Ehlers of Bangladeafy. And my God, everything from porn stores to pest control to septic tank cleaning to scuba diving to breakdance lessons, fast food, real estate, bus and tables, pool maintenance, construction, childhood actors. Jesus, it's all over the map. No shortage of fucking great stories. Shout out to my sponsor, New Orleans Record Press. You want to put out vinyl for your project? Might as well. Shit looks good, and you know it sure as hell sounds good. So go on over to NewOrleansRecordPress.com for the many options and get real-time quotes. Put that project out on vinyl, y'all. In this superficial digital world, it's nice to have some tangible representation of your music collection and your art and whatever it is that you put out there into the world. So get up on it. Here we go, y'all. Crash, bang, boom.
Crowds go mad with joy.
I mean, you know, I had some pretty terrible jobs that I worked in the 90s and into the 2000s. Was, you know, I had some fine jobs in Atlanta, but
What was one of the shittier jobs that you had when while being a musician, just to have some form of employment?
Oh, I worked the C shift at a mini mart for about 4 years. And
C shift?
yeah, the night shift, which
Oh.
is basically 11 to 7 a.m.
Oh, fuck. Stocking shelves?
No, I worked the register,
Oh, damn.
and I, made sure coffee was ready for the morning customers, and it was kind of in a not the greatest neighborhood, so I got robbed a few times and got shot at and went to
Shot
court and
at?
stuff. Yeah, it was an attempted murder case. And
Are you serious?
yeah,
Like shot at you?
yeah.
What?
Tried to kill me, missed me, and hit the wall right behind
Holy
me.
shit! Why was he shooting at you? Just to rob the place?
Yeah, because I mean that's a really important $25.
I was about to say, big payout on that, huh?
No, they don't. We always kept a maximum of $30 in the register, and everything else got dropped into a floor safe. And I didn't know the combination to the floor safe, so I got robbed 3 times. I quit that job, and then I moved about a block up and started working at this porn store that was. It had like vacant apartments up above it where these prostitutes would take dudes up there, and
Wow.
have relations, proper coitus.
Yeah. Consensual,
Just
paid
just for
coitus.
procreation purposes.
Absolutely.
Only, to propagate the
Science
species.
of it.
It's amazing. Little bundles of joy. It's a miracle. So that was an interesting job too.
Yeah.
I only lasted about a year.
Wow, I'm amazed you lasted a year.
And I think I was like 19 or something, and it really kind of ruined my sex life and ruined like my psyche. I just was. I had to have a new porn going on the television that was there right across from me for my whole shift with the sound on. That was like
With the sound on.
you had to have it going, because I was in there one night and my boss came in. It was kind of early on when I started working there, and I had Platoon on. I brought it from home.
Right.
Watching Platoon,
Yeah.
in a porn store. There's guys we had booths,
Right.
He's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Oh, this is the part where Willem Dafoe, I'm explaining to him the scene that's happening." He's like, No. What's happening? Turn that off." I'm like, "Oh, sorry. What? There's no one in here.
Right.
It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then if anyone does come in here, they're hammered drunk.
Right.
And they just want to go play with the giant fist over there.
Right.
Show their friends, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And then leave and then come back 20 minutes later and buy it.
Right.
That's
amazing, man.
Yeah, so that was a fun job.
Wow.
So yeah, you had to have porn going 8 hours a day.
Exactly.
And then I'd get home and 19 years old. I got a young girlfriend that I lived with, and You want to do it? Nope. Not interested. Don't want to do that. That shameful act.
I know, right? Oh my God.
I've been listening to it. Like a boot stuck in mud, a famous comedian once said.
Wow. That's impressive, man.
Thanks, yeah. And then I painted houses for a few years.
Did the same myself.
Yeah, up on a ladder, and that was fun. I didn't mind that. I would do that again.
Yeah.
Had a lot of time to think, and I liked it. I like being outside.
You could throw jams on, you're outside as long as you're not getting rained on. And if you're raining, you're not painting outside.
Whenever
anyway.
I hear a lot of those 90s, like fourth generation grunge songs, I'm like, oh, ladder. That's a ladder song.
Right, absolutely.
Might as well be walking on the sun. Like, ladder song.
Yeah, man.
And it puts me right back up on that ladder, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Scraping them eaves.
Yeah, man. Did you have to do bullshit odd jobs in between at some point?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
what was the worst odd job you ever did?
I'm trying to think. Some of the jobs I had, I worked. I've actually had some alright jobs.
Yeah.
Like spent some time at a record store.
Oh, cool.
I also did I also worked on a river doing kayak tours.
Nice.
So and renting kayaks. So that was super chill.
That sounds awesome.
I worked at a place called Space Taco,
Really?
internet cafe / taco shop. That kind of sucked. I worked at multiple scuba diving shops. Worked on some boats and stuff.
Are you certified scuba diver?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That was my dad's profession. He was like
awesome.
My dad was a pioneering. He was like a pioneering member of the South Florida commercial scuba diving community.
Oh, cool.
He was a big part of the artificial reef program down there.
Nice.
So I mean, I grew up around that. Basically, and my first job is like how I basically could afford my first cymbals and hardware and gear that my uncle, my mom helped me get a drum kit eventually when I was in high school, and then started saving up for. They were just like, oh, now but you got to work and buy your own cymbals and stands and everything else,
What are some of the shittier jobs that you've worked?
This wasn't a shitty job. It was an okay job. It was a super lucrative job. I was a bartender at a bowling alley for about a year and a half. And the characters that you come across in a bowling alley from week to week are holy shit.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that was actually kind of an amazing thing. I did construction work for a short amount of time for a general contractor. I worked at a liquor store. I substitute taught at a high school.
Oh God, how was that? Were the kids a bunch of assholes?
No, it was actually great. Like
really?
I aside from waking up at 6:15 in the morning, I loved it. I had this like weird idea that I was going to be a teacher. I was going through school for political science. I kind of like was resigned to the idea that I'd be a teacher, and so I was giving that a go, and I enjoyed it. But it obviously was not going to be for me.
Yeah.
But
when you were doing construction, did you work in the summers?
Oh yeah, I worked for a full year and a half, I think. So winter and summer.
I've tried to explain to people what it's like working in Southeast Louisiana in the summer, in construction, and
it is walking on the surface of the sun, and in
a swamp.
Yeah, in a swamp, and being in someone's attic doing that. It's like 140 degrees in there.
No, I've worked in attics too. That is the worst.
That's the worst.
Because at that concentrated heat during the summer, it might literally be 140 degrees.
Yeah, no, I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, like it. There were times where we would bring up these little meters that would like.
Yeah.
Tell you like you need to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And it'd be like 135 degrees in an attic. Just nightmare material, man. It was awful. Totally awful. So that I love the work because it was satisfying, but like the conditions were, God, they were shit.
Yeah.
Just the worst.
Is there any ridiculous job that you recall that sucked that you had at any point, or have you just been playing drums and?
I was a commercial actor for a long time.
Oh, that's
yeah. I worked on television, still do since I was 8 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were actually just doing commercials. Yeah, commercial acting
from 8 years old till 15, and then I was doing extra background performing since I was 15. So
how did you get into that?
My parents signed me and my brother up for acting classes because we wanted to.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we signed up and then did the acting classes and then went for auditions and got commercials and then got the experience and all that shit and made some money and and then I was doing that for a good 7 years or something like that and then I did background performing for still do because it's such a great easy job. I make good money doing it and then I get to hit the road and, no one fires me and I come back and, now I'm fucking good to go again. So it's a great job. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so I've worked some shitty jobs. Like I said earlier, I was landscaping for a few years because I'd worked in a pizza restaurant forever when I was younger. And I just wanted to try something different. My buddy worked for landscaping. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a manly man, landscape. Turns out to be the worst job on planet fucking Earth because it rains all the time in Massachusetts. Snows all the time. Digging holes into rocks that don't move.
Were you out there in the winter as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, in the wintertime, I would shovel like 60-plus driveways like a slave and watch my boss drive by in his plow waving at us, eating pizza and drinking beer. Like, yeah, him making all the money, too. So that was pretty terrible. That was probably the worst. And then, so nowadays, my friend owns, she's the general manager at a Moe's Barbecue in Denver, which is like a chain. They're getting pretty big now, over 200 restaurants now around the U.S. But I serve tables there when we're home. So it's like, it's a lot easier, but it's not the funnest job on planet Earth because I got to deal with a bunch of jamokes that, some people have power chips, man. Like that, because you're their server, So
yeah,
I like the people I work with, but sometimes that job is just like, oh my God, what am I doing here? Like, I just want to be like, fuck you. Like, some people are so rude. I'm just trying to be nice, I'm trying to make a couple bucks. Leave me alone. So I actually serve tables sometimes when we're not on tour.
Very cool. Now let me to clarify. Did you say jamooks?
Jamokes.
What's that? Joke and a?
It's just kind of a made up word.
Did you grow up hearing that word?
I think I heard it in a movie or something, or me and my friends maybe said it or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard jabronis. I feel like
it's kind of like maybe a knockoff of that.
Jamokes.
I may have just made it up.
Nice. What are some of the shittiest jobs you've ever had?
Man. Well, Burger King.
You worked at Burger King?
Yeah, 14 in Michigan.
God.
Yeah.
I never worked in fast food.
Dude,
I would do
it's
construction, paint houses, pressure wash, clean pools,
man.
do construction, renovation.
Well, at least you've got a skill, What am I going to do with flipping burgers and like singeing my fingers off of the broiler? Like,
how long did you work at Burger King?
Geez, like 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm amazed it even lasted 6 months.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was 14. I had no idea what the hell. I needed some cash for whatever I was buying.
Do you remember what they were paying you per hour there?
Shit. Probably like 6.
6 and change?
Probably back then.
Did you find yourself eating the food there?
Hell yeah. I was at the broiler, so I got to sneak the patties like whenever I can because, it's hard work standing there.
Did you gain any weight?
No, I can't gain weight.
That's
man.
incredible. You worked at Burger King and ate patties all the time, still didn't gain weight.
Nope. No, I'm just that body type, that ectomorph, freakish. Like
you have white sharks for fucking metabolism.
Yeah, and Evan, our guitar player, hates me for it. He does.
Nice, man. Are there any other shitty jobs outside of Burger King? That's a good one, man.
No, just the one I'm at now that I'm trying to shed off my shoulders. That's it. I've been there since fucking high school. It's crazy. But
really?
Yeah, keeping, the drum thing, keeping me sane from just going off the grid, I guess.
Yeah. Is it hard to balance like a semi consistent gig working and still manage the time off for touring?
Well, I mean, any job I've ever had, it's always like prefaced,
Yeah.
I mean, like I work with Mike from Riot,
right?
For many years now, teaching at his music school in Long Island.
Yeah.
But I've always had to have another job or two,
right?
And then whatever those other jobs were, I always would be like, look, I'm a touring musician.
Yeah.
But, I'll work my ass off while I'm here.
Yeah.
But like when I gotta go, that's it. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Like I just got the coffee house job, and when I interviewed them, I was like, all right, so look, I got no experience, and I'm going to be out for like basically the better part of the next 2 months, And they were like, all right, cool.
Prime candidate.
They're like, all right, cool, you're hired, They actually liked that I played live. For some reason, they thought it would help me in the coffee house or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't
man.
know. I work under pressure, I guess. But
fucking A.
I don't know. My thing is, it's like if they're not going to like tolerate it, then I'm not going to be there long anyway.
Right. Exactly.
All the day jobs are just. I've had many jobs now in the last like 5 years. So.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
I hated delivering fried chicken. That was like probably my worst job. because the farther I'd have to drive, like the worse the tip would be, and I kind of survived on tips, and I was getting flat tires, my cars were breaking down and shit. That was a bad time in my life.
That's hilarious,
And I'm
dude.
doing wood floors, like doing hard construction and floors. I usually did that with the drummer of Riot, Frank, who's a great guy.
Yeah.
And he would take me on jobs, and yeah, that dude, that's not easy work, man. You're just,
No,
like,
I know.
Pumped over the fucking edger, like the
Yep.
sander on the wall all day, and like my back would be destroyed, and
Yep.
you know, we would take like dew breaks sometimes. But
I love the fried chicken delivery story.
I did that for almost a year.
Wow.
I just needed, it just needed money.
Yeah.
I love teaching guitar, but it's just not busy enough to pay bills.
yeah.
It's
To
kind of a
float
joke.
you.
And it's like some weeks you'll have, 24 students, and then the next week you'll have 10, and the next week you'll
Exactly.
have 8, and then it'll go back up. Like you can't rely on it at all. It's a pain
Way
in the
too
ass.
inconsistent, to fully support you. Is there any particular shitty job that you've had while being a musician that strikes out as just being ridiculous or bad?
No, I like to work, so even like when I'm home now, I work. But I worked. My first job was a bagel shop, and then I worked in a movie theater, and then I just went into the service industry, like food service industry, and was in restaurants, serving, bartending. The coolest job I've ever had.
Okay, here we go.
Was early 2000. I taught breakdancing
Come on.
in a mansion with my friend Jon Ehlers to these Catholic schoolboys.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Were
part
you
of their homework
you could
was,
like
like-
do spins and the caterpillar and all that shit?
Well, back then, yes, but now, like, I was really good at just like footwork,
Yeah.
and I learned how to do a lot of the spins and stuff like that. But every once in a while, I get drunk and I'll do like some footwork.
Oh, tonight's the night. Come
Oof,
on now.
That's what everyone says when I tell them. That's why I don't tell anybody. Everyone's like, do it.
Cat's out the bag. We're gonna see you pop, drop, and lock it and spin and
Yeah,
all kinds of
on
shit.
stage. Be there tonight.
That is amazing.
Yeah, but that was. I can't really think of a shit job because,
But that is certainly an interesting one.
yeah, that was the most interesting for sure, by far.
And then now let me ask you this: did you think about a shit job that you've had while being a musician?
I'm doing real estate right now, right?
Feel free to talk about that.
So the rent is fucking high, right?
Rent is too damn high,
The
brother.
rent is too damn high, and bartending, as great as it is, it's not what it once was.
Yeah.
And I'm a relatively sober bartender,
Yeah.
and I just don't like staying up till fucking 4 a.m. So I started doing this real estate thing, right?
That's a tough one.
And
dude.
like I said, the rent's too damn high, but somebody has got to maximize profits off of it. Why not me?
Right.
Right?
And I mean, if you also, despite, and we can all acknowledge that the rents are too high, but there's no shortage of influx of people that are coming from all around the globe descending upon New York with money from somewhere.
Yeah.
So somebody will pay for it. That's why the shit keeps going up.
That's the thing, man. You go up and down Bedford Avenue now, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like it's Apple,
Yeah.
Whole Foods, right?
Yeah.
It's like you hear 4 different languages from
Yeah.
North 7th to South 4th,
Yeah.
right? And it's like the whole landscape is shifted.
Yeah.
Like you said, somebody is going to, from wherever in the world, buy property or rent property,
Yep.
or even do an Airbnb.
Right.
And not that it's a shitty job doing real estate or rentals. It's just a job, man, and it's like tough to compete. Like my rent is high, your rent is high.
Right.
I don't know what you have to do to keep a job here as a musician.
Oh,
like,
no, there's no way that I could, I'd have to,
you have to do something else.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You have to be like you have to be a Renaissance man. You have to be a jack of all trades
Yeah.
in order to make it as a musician in New York City. It's not just like it used to be, come here, be a starving artist for a little while.
No.
Hopefully, it's like, no, you can't even come here.
Right.
Right? Fucking shit. Fuck. I mean, bartending's cool. You get to network.
Yeah.
You get to see a lot of people. The Guitar Center thing was cool.
Yeah.
Although the pay thing. But those are like the only jobs I've really had here.
Yeah.
I mean, short of doing construction.
Yeah.
Some backbreaking. I'm not built for manual labor. I'm a dainty flower of a man, and I am not built for that shit. Like, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's rough. I've definitely
rough.
done it.
What's your worst job?
The worst one, I think I might have talked about it on the podcast. I don't remember, but there's been a lot of them. I one in particular that strikes me was this was 1995. I had just graduated high school, kind of an indication of my age.
I was 98,
cleaned.
man.
Oh, okay, so we're close.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said wasp, I figured we were probably pretty close
Yeah,
in age.
dude. Oh, come on.
So I started cleaning pools, and it was in May. They have like summer floods in Louisiana, just because always floods, goddamn swamp down there. And but when the rivers fucking overflow, they overflow into everybody's pools. So then we would go and drain these pools, and it'd be nothing but like dead snakes, turtles, and frogs. And then we'd scoop all those out, and then you'd pour muriatic acid along the pool line to bleach the whole thing out, and like inhale it and like burn your skin and your eyes and cough. I fucked my back up carrying like this sump pump thing to pump these pools out. That one was pretty shitty.
That sounds pretty shitty.
That one was
like literally.
Yeah, it was
like the sewage has to back up too a little bit. I'm sure it's not the cleanest water. Muriatic acid? What is that?
I don't know. I could be mispronouncing it. It's like hydrochloric acid or whatever. I don't know. It's like one of the
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, like
shit?
yeah. I guess if I put myself in a vat, I would fucking melt.
Yeah, dude.
So that one,
I would not be good with that. Did you get the upside of like the pool boy? Like
yeah, I mean that was kind of fun. I didn't see any tits. I thought I'd definitely see like some MILF tits. Didn't see a single pair of MILF tits, nor any.
One, huh?
Not even a single pair of tits. I thought for sure, like, yeah, it'd be like the pool boy story. Like some old MILF would be like, come on inside and have some sweet tea with me, little boy.
Oh.
Yeah, nah, fuck no, that didn't happen. I just got
turtles
sunburned and blew my back out and like inhaled acid.
Were you were you playing drums at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was like my summer job.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I took a break from school. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back to school. Fuck.
Yeah.
Multiple fucks.
Yeah.
But I also did like shitty construction stuff with my dad, doing like renovation stuff, like cleaning out attics in like 150-year-old houses and coming out looking like I got out of a coal mine. And
yeah,
I'm sure that shaved some years off, you know?
For sure.
Yeah. Painted houses. Got a hernia. Here's a weird one. This is fucking super weird.
Oh, I got one for you now too then.
When I went to school for TV production, so one of the jobs that I had was with the guy I did my internship with. He was like, we're going to film a hernia operation. I'm pretty squeamish.
Oh, no.
I'm squeamish about that. So I went with him and was in the operation room while they were doing it. And like they satellited it in so they could, like a bunch of doctors could watch it because it was like a new mesh procedure they were using to patch up the intestinal lining that breaks on a fucking hernia. So I was like, well, that's disgusting. Literally 2 weeks later, I'm painting a house. I have an extension ladder, and the extension ladder shifts, and I brace myself, and I feel something tear. 2 weeks later, I got a hernia. Had to have an operation.
Oh, fuck, man. Oh, God. That's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long did it take you to recover?
You know what? I fucked up. I'm super impatient with everything in life, so being injured is the worst for me. Yeah. And I like being physical and active, and I couldn't lift anything for like a couple weeks at least, nothing heavy, and then if not a month. And about a month, 2 months into it, I was still hurting a little bit from it, but I felt all right. And I was getting loaded with one of these kind of like hefty dudes that I was friends with, and I just fucking picked him up. And then I was like, God, this is kind of hurting. And ever since then, it still hurts me a little bit.
Not been right?
Nah.
Oh, God. I had a landscape. It's fucking awful. Fucking awful. I had a landscaping job back in Detroit, and on one of the jobs we were pulling, like we had to like repurpose a shoreline and like get rid of and dredge like a bunch of like soil and rocks from the shoreline in order to like make it prettier or whatever for this client. And I remember going down into this muck, like wading like knee deep, going down in the muck and trying to remove boulders and shit from the shoreline. And the boulders were like riddled with mussels.
Oh.
So they're like razor fucking sharp and slippery.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get a handle on one of these boulders to remove it, and I tried to grip really awkwardly around like one of this cluster of mussels. It was weird. I didn't slice my hand. I ended up breaking my wrist.
Oh no!
Because I gripped too hard, and I actually broke my own. I had a fucking hairline fracture in my wrist.
Jesus.
I like tweaked it, broke it, went immediately to the hospital. They're like, "Yep, you got a hairline fracture." It's just weird, like, you know, injuries happen. It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
And I had to play a show the next day. I ended up being casted, played the show, and like, I do not deal well with injuries. I do not let it heal. I just keep going and going. And it was probably a mistake to play that show, but I played it anyway. We were doing a label showcase. That's why we had to play it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was a really awkward injury, and to this day, like, this snaps and pops, and it's really not good.
Manual labor, you'll fuck yourself up, man.
Do not do it if you're a drummer. Go to stand-up
Good
comedy
luck
or something. Like, yeah.
Good luck. Like, what's the worst job you've had while being a musician?
I worked. Well, it doesn't really. I mean, I worked at Blockbuster in high school.
Did you really?
That was like my first job, like minimum wage job.
Not so many Blockbuster jobs out there these days.
No, they're going downhill. But yeah, I guess I can say it now. But I used to like give shit away, and like people I didn't even know. I would just like not ring them up. It's like, just take it, just go. The worst. I mean, working in the movie industry kind of sucks. I kind of hated that. I did that for a long time. So yeah, I would say that. I mean,
the days are long, right?
Yeah, the days are long, and it's just it's a real competitive environment, and you can work with some unsavory characters. So yeah, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me.
So it sounds like you've done construction, which obviously construction can be a pretty rough job at times. I too have done that, and there are shitty aspects of it. But tell me about one of the shittier jobs that you've had.
Well, yeah, I mean, along with construction comes maintenance and stuff like that. And so I do a lot of different things for a lot of different kinds of people that pay different rates. And then sometimes you're at the bottom of the barrel and you got to do some things that you may not want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, the shittiest job I've ever done was I had to get inside of a septic tank and unclog it from the inside of the tank.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but nothing happened. I had full-on suit, gear ready to go, and
how big is a septic tank, by the way? Like, how the dimensions?
You can have a small
roughly?
party in there, party of 5 or something like that.
Oh, really? So it's pretty big. So you didn't have to
Yeah.
like crawl horizontally into it.
Oh no.
Like
No.
a small cave.
It's basically you could probably say like an 80 square foot pill.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what a septic tank is.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, and there's like a little tube that runs in, and so I had to get down in.
Was there a breathing apparatus or just a mask or what?
I had a respirator and all that on.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sure I wasn't doing anything, but
yeah,
I just I wanted to get it over with.
I fucking bet you did.
Yeah. So
wow.
I don't know if that tops shittiest jobs, but
it's in the upper echelon. It's the creme de la creme of shit jobs, and it is truly, for once, a literal shit job.
Right.
That's amazing, man. Impressive.
So yeah, it just goes to show, if you work hard, your dreams, they can come true.
Well, shit, let me ask you this, man. We were talking about ridiculous jobs. Presently, you do pest control?
Yeah.
How long you been doing pest control?
Give me a second. In September, it'll be 6 years.
Really?
Yes.
No
I've been doing
shit.
it that long. I'm licensed and everything, yes.
Are you like the Orkin man? You have a truck and you ride around?
I have a car.
Really?
It's a company car, yeah.
Okay.
So it's a company car. Got all my little potions in the back.
Yeah, potions.
And traps, all sorts of stuff.
Have you been stung by wasps and bees and all
No,
that?
in New York City, you're not going to deal with that too much. But I have done I did a hornet job like once. Like it was like a rare call on Long Island. But mostly I deal with roaches, rats, mice, bed bugs.
Oh, fucking bed bugs.
I do bed bugs so much.
I
was doing bed bugs before I came here, but I took a shower.
Oh,
Don't
thanks.
worry.
Yeah, you fucker. You bringing bed bugs up into my apartment?
Just shaking that. Yeah, they were clinging onto my balls. And I'm just gonna air my nuts out a little bit.
Nice. What do you do?
Because I want you to call me back and be like, oh, listen.
Yeah, exactly. Good way of getting money.
Yeah,
Come back over here and fix this
I do
fucking
business,
bedbug
yeah.
epidemic that you gave my apartment.
I've done. I'm not gonna say who, but one of the people that you've interviewed, I did a rat job for.
Oh, really?
A big rat job. I don't think he was aware of how big of a rat job it was, and yeah, I did some work for him. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I don't want to call him. He probably wouldn't mind, but
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was cool.
What's one of the shittier jobs you've ever had?
What do you mean?
Like
What?
just one of the shittiest jobs you recall.
In pest control.
No, just period in your life.
Oh, like I said, working at a golf course kind of sucked.
Yeah.
It was mini golf. It was Wizard of Oz themed, but I remember it's just a shitty job.
Yeah.
I was a bank teller for a while on
Were
Long
you?
Island. Yeah, I was. Nobody can believe that, but it was really kind of like I had just gotten out of high school and I was doing nothing. My
Yeah.
mom's like, I got you the application, you better fill it out and you better submit it.
Yeah.
And I felt like an animal in a cage, like, cause
I bet.
you know I have a big personality.
You were like
so-
sitting behind the window?
not a window. On Long Island, it's a little different.
Oh, okay.
It was in like a sort of. I was a bank teller in a sort of wealthy area.
Yeah.
I didn't live in that area.
You mean like a good bank to rob, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
Perfect
okay.
bank to rob.
Perfect
Yeah.
bank to rob.
And
So let's talk about that after this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you a safe combo and everything. I'll
Sweet.
tell you
Yeah.
how to get in through the back, the roof, whatever.
Throw some masks a la Point Break and go up in there and fucking rob some rich people.
Exactly. Just make sure I get
Now,
a cut.
clearly, if somebody goes and does that, that was not me nor John. I just want to state now that that was neither of us.
It was neither of us. Yeah.
We did not implicate. We were not implicating ourselves.
Okay, so.
All right.
Wait, this is how we're gonna split it.
Yeah.
Well, is this thing still on? Oh my god.
Oh,
I
goddamn.
didn't know.
Well,
I
we're
had no
fucked.
idea.
Oh,
I had no
Lord.
idea.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this special episode. I'll be putting out part 2 next week on Monday. Got no shortage of amazing stories still to go. It's a wild, wild world out there, y'all. Subscribe on iTunes podcast and or my YouTube channel and or, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Find me out there. You can find all those links on the SoundCloud page. Subscribe. It's free, y'all. Come on now. So until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Crash, bang, boom.